Don't say you down. You gotta stand up and fight. Oh, you gotta stand up. Oh, you fight.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
Oh, you fight.
In person is so much more beautiful.
What up? What up? What up? Welcome to the world's dopest podcast, the Marley State of Mind podcast. Down here at a Bunch of Bull Studios, as per usual. And tonight we got a special guest for you, Miss Saleena Ranay.
What it do? What it do?
What's going on with you?
I'm doing good.
You
How are
good?
you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Feeling good?
I'm chilling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what's up. I like to
It's
kick
a
the.
long ride out here.
I hear that from time to time. Sometimes it's longer for others than as opposed to others. I don't know if that's
Yeah,
correct.
it was long.
I don't know if that's
It was long as
grammatically
hell.
correct, but nonetheless. No, I'm glad you came down to join us. And I usually like to kick off the podcast saying how I was introduced to the artist or how I come to find the artist. Yours, I can't remember. It's been a while. I know about you for a while. I know you for a long time.
Yeah.
I want to say it might have been your video that you had with Samaj. What's the
Weird?
name of it? Yeah, Weird. It might have been that video. Might have been my
it
first
could have been.
introduction. Might have been through a blog too.
I was probably not in any blog.
No, maybe it was like I can't say for certain, but it was certainly the video was I think the first introduction, and then I know one of my second encounters with you was at a Ivory show.
Yeah.
I can't remember exactly which Ivory show, but it was on the South Side.
Yeah.
At
It was Levels.
Levels. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Rest in peace to Ivory.
Yes.
Anytime I get a chance to do that, I definitely want to always remember the homie Ivory because he was special.
Yeah.
And he
sure.
provided a lot of us with a lot of great opportunities and one of the best promoters that Pittsburgh ever had in the hip hop scene, especially
Period.
for the local acts. He had some of the dopest shows,
Period.
and to be a part of his shows meant that you were like doing something on the scene and you were dope.
Period.
So I seen you at one of the shows. That was my first actual encounter with you was at an Ivory show.
Yeah.
So yeah, rest in peace to the homie, man.
Yeah.
And thanks for coming along and joining us.
Yeah.
Yeah, I miss him too. For real.
I do miss Ivory. I actually spoke to him. I don't know how early it was before he passed, but he was telling me he was doing good and you know working at a recovery center
Yep.
and doing
Yep.
and making music for
Yeah.
the youth and stuff.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
yeah, that's great work for him and
Yeah, it was a terrible loss for our community, for real, the hip hop community.
definitely.
But yeah, man, shout out to him for bringing artists together and giving us a chance. And like I said, that first video I remember you from, Samaj was in it. Did he produce that track, Samaj?
Yes.
That time he was infamous, right?
Yes, infamous instrumentals. He created the beat, and then we both went to go see Roscoe Wiki
Okay.
and recorded it there.
Oh, that's fire. I didn't know that.
Yeah, so it was like a collaboration. That entire weird mixtape was a collaboration between Samaj and Roscoe
Oh, that's fire.
and myself. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's some dope production. Those are two of my favorite producers and creatives in general. I love what those two do, and especially at that time they were really cranking out a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
So that makes sense though. It kind of shows why your sound was so unique because their sound's very unique.
Yeah.
And it does fit the weird narrative, right? Because both of those guys do like far out things.
Yeah.
And it's not typical. So I can appreciate it a little bit more knowing that. I didn't know Roscoe was involved with that as well.
Yeah.
Make sure if y'all haven't seen those episodes, we definitely had Samaj on and Roscoe.
Yep.
So go ahead and check those episodes out if you haven't seen those. But how'd you end up meeting and working with Samaj?
So I was a student at Slippery Rock University, and I had performed at some event, but it was like a joke or whatever, and then Some other guys wanted me to take rapping seriously.
Okay.
So I started doing that, and I met Jaleesa Bonner. Shout out to her. She's good friends with Samaj.
Okay.
And she told him about me.
Mm.
And then we ended up just having a phone conversation and met up and made weird.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah.
So that's actually a beautiful introduction into what I was going to ask you anyway. So what up, cool brother Malik? I see you checking in, bro.
Hey.
So that's actually a good introduction. So what's your music journey in general, not even just beginning rap, but when was the first time you took interest in music as more than a spectator? When was the first time that you really, or what was the first song or first time you really remember feeling music?
Well, so I was raised as a Jehovah's Witness.
Okay.
So we didn't listen to a lot
of music in the house.
Yeah, well, there wasn't a lot. I mean, there was, but there wasn't. Like it was just obscure things, and I think I was about 8, 9 years old, and I was at my friend's house, and her mom accidentally left the radio on, and it was on 96.1, and Hey Ya came on.
Okay.
And then after that, I was just always like ripping, with your stereo and the cassette tape, and you're just recording the songs onto the tape
as they come on.
Yeah, as they come on. So I was
you were making mixtapes.
Basically, yeah. And it was all mostly pop music. Like it was like mainstream rap or pop music.
Like top 40 stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
I was never like introduced into the world of the history of hip hop until later, obviously.
Okay.
So, but I started, that's when I liked music. And
around that time.
Yeah. And then I started playing the flute. It was just like a progression. So I played the flute, and then I went to high school, and then I started journalism. So I was an editor in the journalism paper, and so I enjoyed writing, and then making jokes and making people laugh. So my raps were just jokes.
Okay. Like some funny stuff. You're just making funny songs.
Yes. Yeah.
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 You can kind of tell that was the vibe of even that first video was like,
right.
Just it wasn't real serious, but it was just something fun.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I think, that's my artistic expression.
Yeah.
I'm not somebody that you would listen to hear something deep or to hear something, of great meaning. Depth.
Yeah. I think it still does show, like even in some of your newer material, like Belly Work, is a song that's fun and makes you laugh, have silly puns in it and punchlines and stuff like that. So yeah.
Right. I just want people to have a good time, and because a lot of bad things happen to us all the time.
Life is serious enough as is, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I don't want to add to that. Like, I deal with my traumas and my pains in a different way. I don't put it into the music I create.
Right.
If that makes sense.
No, 100%. No, I get that. Your music is your escape from those things.
Right.
Yeah, and then you have other outlets to get those more vulnerable feelings out.
Right.
Okay. That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. So you said you started in we talked a little bit about that off camera. You were in band.
Yeah.
How did that go in your household whenever you started to get into music more? Because you said you guys really didn't listen to music a lot.
Yeah. So in 4th grade, they went around and they were passing out the music program. Learn an instrument. And I wanted to play the trumpet. And my mom was like, fuck no.
Why not? Why not the trumpet?
It was too loud.
Yeah, I feel that.
They were like, oh, no, no, no. And I was
that.
like, well, can I play the drums? No, no, oh, no, no, no. So I had to pick between the flute and the clarinet. And I chose the flute.
Why the flute?
I don't know. I guess I didn't
like any mini money mode, and that was
it was kind of like one of those things. The clarinet requires a reed, and I'm not, and I wasn't trying to do all that. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, regardless, you have to, form your mouth to play the instrument.
Right.
But a reed, you gotta like suck on that thing, and you gotta like, it's too much. It's too much.
Word. Word.
So the flute worked out for me. It worked out for me, and
Do you still play?
I have it. I can play notes on it.
You can.
Might
as well get your Andre 3K on. Make you a whole flute album.
First of all, Lizzo.
Hey, it'll come full circle. You started off with Hey Ya, end up with the Andre 3K flute album.
Yeah, I know. And and he's a genius.
It'll come full circle.
But no, that requires a lot of practice.
No, for sure.
And I'm out of practice.
Yeah.
I can fiddle around with it and everything, but I think I hung up the flute game. I mean, who knows? One day.
It may come back. Yeah. No, for sure. So you're doing band. You said, so how did the Slippery Rock music competition come about? How did you end up getting involved in that? Was that like your first? Was that your first forte into like doing hip hop?
No. So actually, a good story. I would always I had an honors English class, Mr. Berger, and it was all girls in the classroom. But at the end of every class, I'm pretty sure this was 11th grade. At the end of every class, I always had a rap. And he would always let me, like, get in front of the class.
At the end of every class?
Every class, I had a rap. And I would rap it for the class. And we would all laugh and giggle and go on our merry way. So then...
That's insane. Was this in high school?
In high school.
Okay.
And then Mr. Berger... he gave
Shout out Mr. Berger, huh?
Mr. Berger, yeah. He retired. He just retired. So congratulations, Mr. Berger. But yeah, so he my first rap name was Sago.
Sago, where'd that come from?
Sago. So as Saleena.
Okay.
S-A, and then Gorman, G-O.
Okay.
So he said that was my...
Oh, he gave you the rap name, too?
He gave it to me.
Oh, man, he's a G. Hey, shout out Mr. Berger, man.
Mr. Berger. Yo, I miss that man. He was hilarious. He's hilarious. He's a stick his butt in your face for no reason. Like he's... Like, I don't even know. It was just obnoxious. It wasn't like... You
probably shouldn't say... Well, I guess he's retired now, so we ain't going to get him in trouble.
Yeah, it wasn't inappropriate. It was just obnoxious.
What's my man's name? Potato the Beat Maker? No, we don't review music, but we have been talking about doing a music review for sure. But no, we're not doing that currently. But stay tuned. That might be to come. Hey, yeah, definitely cool, brother. She's dope as hell.
Oh, thanks, Malik.
Yeah, she's cool as hell. Or she's dope. She's dope as hell. You're cool as hell. She's dope as hell for sure. Yeah, shout out Mr. Berger. Sounded like he was a good teacher.
He was a good teacher.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he got you your starting to... How did that even become a thing that you were rapping at the end of every class?
I just came one day. I guess I came in with some funny rap. We had there was a like they do blood drives all the time.
Yeah, yep.
And they'd come in to give their presentation for the blood drive. And I don't know if I did it while they were there, but they left and I had a rap about periods.
Oh, because of the blood drive.
Because
Damn.
because I rose my hand and I asked them if you could still donate blood if you had your period.
That's much better than where I thought you were about to take it. I'm glad that's where it went.
That was how it started. That's how it started.
Then did you write a song about that incident?
About
asking about the.
No, I could not tell you. I cannot remember that.
What was the answer? I'm sure you can though, right?
Huh?
You can give blood while.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you can do that.
That is a lot of blood. I don't know. Whatever. I'm gonna leave that alone. I ain't messing with that.
You can give blood on your period.
In case y'all were wondering, if you are on your menstrual cycle, you can still.
You can still donate.
You can still don't let there be any excuses for you not donating blood, man.
Ah, Lord.
Hell yeah. All right, so we graduate. You said you went to school. You went to Slippery Rock.
I went to Slippery Rock. Oh, so the summer before I got to Slippery Rock, I made up. I wrote 2 raps. Now I remember the first one. It's to donk. The second one was to lean back, and I can't remember.
You can't remember the lean back one?
The lean back one. But the donk one, and when I tell you that I was like stupid. I got voted class clown in high school.
Okay.
And I was just say stupid stuff. I would stand on lunch tables and dance in the lunchroom.
You were a heathen.
Huh?
You were a heathen.
I feel like that's the wrong word.
My grandparents would have called you a heathen.
A
for
heathen.
Sure. For sure, a heathen.
Yeah, I was a little deviant. So I made up this rap. I'll do it real fast.
Do it.
I was like, I got a donk bigger than a friggin' elephant.
You gotta be serious. Come on.
I got a donk bigger than a friggin' elephant. I stick a lemon in it 'cause, I like the smell of it. My booty is so big that it makes it hard to sit. I gotta pop a squat when I want to take a shh. I'll shoot you in the face if you get on my nerves. I don't use no bullets. I just use me, you turd. Pop my booty like a machine gun. Get out my face unless you want to smell some. Think of me as booty royalty. Put me on a pedestal and princess of the B-U-double-T. It's real, not faulty. Super sweet, not salty. Nicki Minaj ain't got nothing on me, and I'm thick like a bowl of clam chowder. Feeling kind of sweaty, you can use my baby powder. What's up with that frowner, little Debbie Downer? Got a quarter pounder, and the bass is getting louder.
Ooh.
Bars.
Ooh, high school shit.
That's what I performed at the. It was a talent show.
That's what you performed at Slippery Rock?
Yeah, it was a talent show, and I had a red wig on.
How was the reaction? How do people take to it?
They enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm.
Like a couple friends took a video and were like screaming for me, and then there was a dude that was walking by dancing as I was performing.
How did that feel for you? Did that encourage you at that time to like take music more serious?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, well, not necessarily like serious, but to still entertain people.
Right.
That's what I want.
Well, okay, because I guess serious wouldn't be a fair word.
Yeah.
Given the nature of how you came into music.
Right.
Did that give you motivation to dig deeper into music and try to pursue it more?
Yeah. I like I said, I linked up with a group of guys at Slippery Rock.
It was like a rap group?
Yeah.
Okay.
And they wanted their female rapper. Ultimately that all just did not work out.
Why didn't it work out?
It just didn't work. It didn't work. Didn't work out. They. There was one of them that was a little too inflated in the head.
Okay.
And
there's always that one.
Yeah, and he said that I was like born with a silver spoon in my mouth, and that line and weird with the silver spoon, if you remember.
That was a shot at him?
I mean, I just remember him saying it.
So you took a shot at him.
So I said, "Hey."
That's right.
Yeah.
Hey, for you, what's his name?
Like Stacy.
His name's Stacy? No, Stacy, you lost already. His name wasn't Stacy. It was Stacy.
He went by Stacy.
He shouldn't have. He should have went by something else.
He said his name was Stacy.
He already lost.
Girl
I ain't
fell
gotta
out
say
with
no more.
called him Stacy. She was dating him. She called him Stacy. Everybody called him Stacy.
Oh, he already lost.
So,
Yeah.
But whatever.
That's turf.
Fuck him. I didn't
anyway,
enjoy that part of college.
So, so you end up hooking up with Samaj. How did that work? Slippery Rock's pretty good distance from Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Were you like traveling back and forth to do the project, or were you already done with college?
No.
By the time you were hooked up with Samaj and working with him and Roscoe, were they the Beat Masons at that time? They used to be the Beat Masons for a second.
No. Not at that time.
But you were traveling back and forth?
No, not really. Well, kind of.
Well, you guys were just sending music back and forth.
Yeah, he would send me the beats, and then I would be, in my dorm, and I would, write to everything.
Right.
And then, like, on the weekend, everybody goes home on the weekend anyways.
Right.
Slippery Rock's only like an hour away.
Right.
So I would drive home and, record. I know I was at Slippery Rock a couple times. I called Roscoe. I was like, Roscoe, I need to come to the studio this weekend. He'd be like, all right, come through.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
No, that's fire. I didn't realize that. And like I said, I got a lot of respect for both those guys. So that does explain a lot of why your sounded the way it did. So you hooked up with those guys. What was the first song that you made with those gentlemen? Do you remember? Was it
Weird?
It was weird.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It was weird working with them.
It's weird working with everyone because everybody is weird. Being weird is okay. It's okay to be weird.
What was the name of the first song that you made with them?
It was called Weird. We did Weird.
No, I know. I'm joking. So you guys did Weird?
Yeah, we did Weird.
I'm sure that they took to it. What was their reaction whenever they seen what you were trying to do? Because I'd imagine they would be excited about something like that.
So Samaj, when we made Weird, that was like our child. Cause like we sat, like I had one verse written, and he sat down and built the beat around that
the verse. That's fire.
And so then I got the second one written, and we kind of just continued the beat through it. So it was like a whole collaboration, and then going to Roscoe, and Roscoe, put his little funk on it, and that created Weird. It's not like I think that it's dated for sure.
Yeah.
Now, but I think that song will always hold like a special place, in my heart and hopefully Samaj's heart.
Were you aware of those two before you started working with them, or did you become more aware as you were working with those guys?
I was aware of Roscoe.
Yeah.
Because of the
Commonwealth family. Yeah. Commonwealth family is one of my favorite groups. Period. Not even in the city. Just
I always said I was like, yo, I think I should work with you guys. Like.
Yeah.
You know, and
they probably got a lot of that because I used to say the same.
They play me to the left. I said, all right.
No, they were they certainly were special. Like I said, one of my favorite rap groups, period, and the collection as a whole was super dope. And what they were doing. So you were aware of Roscoe and the music he was making.
Yeah.
Yeah. How'd you end up like doing shows? Was it through those connections?
It started the Shadow Lounge.
Okay.
I think my very first performance at the Shadow Lounge.
That's fire. Legendary Shadow Lounge.
Yeah. I think no, yeah, it was open mic, and it was just a band.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so you couldn't like give them a track or anything. It was just a band, and I did for my first mixtape called Holla Back Boys. I'm sorry, wait. Well, how was it? Boy Talk. It's called Boy Talk. I don't even know my own music.
That's okay.
Yeah, my first mixtape was called Boy Talk, and I have a song on there called Holla Back Boys.
Okay.
And I did that song there with them, and then somehow after that, the Button Pusher.
Yeah. Yep.
I linked up with her somehow, and then ended up doing another show.
That's crazy. We just seen the Button Pusher at the freestyle.
I know.
At the compliment battle.
Yeah.
That's wild.
I know. I hadn't seen her in like years.
Full circle moments, ain't it?
Yeah.
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 How was that? How was it performing at the Shadow? So, let's run it back a little bit. So, you got to perform at the Shadow Lounge. By this point, you performed a great deal, even if it was like in the English classroom. But you were pretty familiar with performing in front of people.
Yeah.
So I'd imagine you didn't have like a lot of jitters or anything like that. Like you weren't.
No, not really. Yeah, because my majors my major started off as journalism.
Journalism, right?
Then it changed to emerging technology and mass media. So then I would, learn how to do cameras and all that other stuff. So I was in that track of classes, but I still had to take a lot of, communication classes.
Right. So you were basically looking to gear your career towards being in front of an audience, in some facet.
I always wanted to be I always wanted to be in front of people. Like I was.
You always
I
knew
was
you were the main character.
Of my own story.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes,
for sure.
Of my own. I wanted to be on the Disney Channel. Unfortunately, after this documentary came out.
Yeah. Fortunately.
Fortunately.
Yeah.
I was not a part of that. And then I wanted to do plays as a child.
Did you ever do any acting?
Not really. No. I was always like kind of blocked by a family member.
Damn.
A former family member.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, it is. I mean, hey, it is what it is. He ain't around no more. So what you gonna do? It's like no.
Yeah. Life definitely keep going, ain't it?
Right.
All right. So you're doing so you meet up with Samaj. You're working with him and Roscoe. You're making a project.
Yeah.
Was that the first project, that official project you made?
No, I had Boy Talk before that.
Okay, Boy Talk wasn't the one, you didn't make that with them?
No.
That was prior to meeting them.
Yes.
Okay. You said you did the, okay, that's where we're at.
His name was Kenneth something.
The producer that you worked with for that project?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't know what happened to him. I don't know, like,
if he stopped doing music or whatever.
Yeah. And I mean, every song that was on it was like ripped from like YouTube.
Okay.
So it wasn't like
his music.
Yeah.
Right.
So Weird, I would say, the very first and so far only project that was completely artistic and collaborative.
Right.
Throughout the entire thing.
Okay. So you did the Boy Talk.
Boy Talk.
You did the Boy Talk project right before the Shadow Lounge joint, and you got to do your song "Holler Back Boy"
All
at
Bad
the
Boys. Yeah.
Holler Back Boys at the Shadow Lounge,
Mm-hmm.
and that was like your first forte into like the performance scene in the city.
And yeah, into the hip hop world of Pittsburgh. Yeah.
Were you aware of the history of the Shadow Lounge? Did you know about it before you went there?
Um, Not really. No, I didn't. I didn't know the history of it
Yeah,
until later on.
yeah.
Yeah.
For those who don't know, Shadow Lounge is one of the meccas of hip hop in Pittsburgh. Like anyone that you could think of that had real significance to Pittsburgh hip hop, maybe most notably and famously, Mac Miller performed out of the Shadow Lounge with a host of other great MCs and legends came through the Shadow Lounge to perform. Their Rhyme Cow has taken place there. Shout out to Stretch and all the people involved with Rhyme Cow. But Shadow Lounge was one of those places that if you did music in the city of Pittsburgh, and you wanted to be recognized as one of the individuals who were serious about their craft, Shadow Lounge is certainly one of the places that you had to perform at and be a part of. So, shout out to Shadow Lounge. Rest in peace to Shadow Lounge.
Can I tell you a story, Shadow Lounge?
What's that?
Can I tell you a story?
Yeah, for sure.
So, I don't know if anybody knows who Maud's son is.
Yeah, for sure. My son, yeah.
Yeah. So when he came to Shadow Lounge, and Ivory introduced me to Maud's son and everything, and I had actually interviewed him at Slippery Rock because I was part of the
Because you're doing a journalist.
yeah.
Yeah.
I had interviewed him, and obviously, hey, I talked to you before, and he didn't remember me, but that was fine. I didn't care. But then we got invited into the van, okay, and for libations,
Yes.
and I was like, your name's Dylan, right? And he was like, oh, good girl. But then Ivory blocked. He blocked me from the opportunity. He's like, you don't want to be used like that. Maybe I did.
Did you? How do you feel looking back on it?
Looking back on it, he got what Avril Lavigne.
That's true.
So
You could have been Avril Lavigne.
I don't want to be her.
Yeah.
No.
See, so it worked out then. Ivory was looking out.
I guess, yeah. Sure. I could be in California right now. You know what? If Maud's son was like, you know what, Saleena, you're the one. You're the one.
Hey, my son, if you're watching this, it's not over.
It's not. Yeah, it is.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's over.
Sorry.
I'm sorry.
I have a ring on.
My son, it could have not been over.
It could have been.
It could have been a thing.
Could have been. Playing with me.
Shout out Ivory. So how'd you end up meeting Ivory?
How did I meet Ivory?
Because you said you had an encounter with him at the Shadow Lounge.
Maybe that's what it was.
Through the Shadow Lounge?
I think that might have been my first encounter with him was that open mic situation. Yeah, but after that, like, he was just super cool. He looked out.
Yeah.
For no reason. He got me a job at a barber shop.
That's crazy.
I don't cut no hair.
That's fire. That's fire.
I was cleaning, but still.
No, that's fire.
And then, he introduced me to different people in the city, and allowed me to meet people like Maud's son. Yeah. And get me like performance opportunities.
Yeah.
So,
like I said, his shows were always shows that people wanted to be a part of.
Yeah.
They always had a nice crowd.
Yeah.
And it was always a great networking opportunity because you're meeting other artists who are serious about their craft.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, I miss him a lot. That was my homie. I got to spend a good bit of time with him before he left, and we went to a Boaz show actually, him and I together, out Oakland. And he was that type of individual. Most people that speak about him in that way. So it's always fun when I get a chance to talk about him to artists and hear the impact that he's had in different artists, because a lot of artists he's had an impact on. Whether it be different show opportunities, providing opportunities. And the South Side really didn't take to hip hop a lot, but he was one of the individuals who could move around on the South Side and create those events for people to have those. So
right, Faded Fest.
Faded Fest, yeah. Well, that was Click Vodka and what the hell was the name of the?
Wasn't he a part of that? Too?
He was a part of that for sure. Yeah, he was a part of that. But that was Click Vodka. And what was the other? Faded Industries.
Oh, yeah.
Isaac and Frankie. What up to them boys? But yeah, so yeah, shout out to all them, man. And that's the hip hop scene really hasn't been the same since we lost a lot of that. It doesn't have that spirit, doesn't have that heart, that vibe that guys like Ivory and Mr. Scrap, and I know if Ivory was around, he certainly would have been on the podcast to talk about a lot. I'm sure he would have had some great stories for us too. But shout out to Mr. Scrap and all those guys who were putting on shows at that time. Basic Sickness. A lot of those guys were putting on shows at the time and providing us with opportunities to do our thing and really have an outlet.
Definitely.
So tell me about the project with Infamous. How did you guys cook that up? What was that like? You said that was your first real collaborative project where you really tuned in and
yeah. I mean, he would send beats a lot.
Yeah.
And I would write to pretty much all of them. And then I come back and record them. And I just like them.
Yeah.
And that just became the project. I don't, especially now, I don't believe on sitting on music.
Yeah.
Like, I found music like that I had done several years ago that I never released, and I'm like, why didn't I just put it out regardless of what other people think?
Yeah,
I made it. So
is that the reason? Is that what kept you from putting a lot of music out? Is because you were afraid of the reactions, or maybe not afraid of, but uncertain of what the reactions might have been?
Some like at the time, I might not have liked it. Like what was created, I thought it wasn't worth
putting out. Yeah.
But now, listening to it, I mean, I believe that I'm better now.
Yeah.
But that stuff was hard. Yeah. Like, why did I let sit there?
Have you have you re-released any of that stuff?
Yeah. I released 2 tracks on SoundCloud. I didn't put it on like
streaming
major platforms. Yeah. Just SoundCloud. What was the one? The one is a diss track actually. It's old. There was really no beef because no one said anything.
Right.
But someone said something to me that made me go, and then.
Are you cool with that individual now?
I don't know that individual.
Oh.
Wait, the person that told me?
No, the person that you made the song.
I don't know that person.
Oh, wow.
I didn't even know them then.
What'd they say? What was told to you? I mean, the thing is, though, you may not even know if that person really said it. You can't always.
Look.
To be fair,
all right. So
just hearsay.
I'm just gonna keep it a whole bean in a butt.
Okay.
Okay. At the time, someone told me that a female rapper was biting my swag.
What was her name?
Shut up. Everybody knows. I told a lot of people a story. And let's just say that it ain't Big Booty Judy.
Okay.
And I was told that, hey, I feel like she's like kind of biting off you. But then
Do you feel like that was a valid?
I looked into her videos, and then I realized who she was affiliated with, and I remember my encounter with that person and what they were asking me to do on one song, and they were not my manager, but they were asking me to basically be Nicki Minaj, and I'm not Nicki Minaj. I'm
Right.
Saleena Ranay,
Right.
and but I'm still goofy. I still have an animation to me,
Right.
and so I think that maybe I don't.
They might have seen like the similarities in you two are already because of the way that she does the animated, like different voices and stuff like that.
I mean, yeah. I don't even think I do. I don't even think I do different voices.
No, not you. No, I'm saying, but her, like that's one of her, like.
Oh yeah, well yeah, it's Nicki Minaj for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
But this person was really just. It was like. It was low budget, Saleena. In my personal opinion.
Yeah.
And
That person still active today in music?
I don't know.
What's her name? I might know.
I just told you.
It's like, no, but for real. So that's what's up. So you said you released some of that stuff. One of those being a diss track on SoundCloud. People can stream that now. How can they find that on SoundCloud?
It's on SoundCloud. You look up Saleena Ranay.
Saleena Ranay. Bet.
It's right there. It's called Eyes on You. There's another one on there.
Can we figure out who it is by listening to the song? Just say yes so people will listen to it.
Yeah, sure.
See? Y'all gonna find out who it is. Listen to that song.
You'll know exactly who I'm talking about.
Exactly who it is.
You'll know exactly who I'm talking about that song.
Now, Yellow Power Ranger was another track that you made around that time. Is that fair to say?
Mm-hmm.
Around similar time?
Yeah.
Who produced that for you?
Same people.
Same people.
Same people.
Okay. How did that track come about? Like, what was the inspiration for it? Were you a fan of the Power Rangers growing up?
Look,
You better be a fan of the Power Rangers.
Seriously, I was sent the track. The track was called Golden Goat. And I sat there and I listened to it and I listened to it and I listened to it. And I was like, like Golden Goat. And then it was just like the vibe was just so like I don't know. I was like, I wish I was high right now, because I wasn't high. I was in my room. I was at my computer, my desk. Dang, I wish I was high. You know how. And then where the ganja? So smoking so much reefer, think I'm yellow, powder ranja. I don't know. That's how it came.
Yeah. So it had nothing. It had no direct impact on the Power Rangers at all.
I mean,
I
liked the
fan?
Power Rangers.
Okay.
I watched the Power Rangers.
How'd you
feel
about?
My favorite.
Okay, that's what I was going to ask you. How'd you feel about the Yellow Power Rangers?
Yeah, that was my favorite one.
All right. But
I didn't want to be the pink one, because every girl wanted to be the pink one.
Right. Why do you think nobody fucked with the Yellow Power Ranger like that? She was definitely underrated.
I don't know. She's always the minority.
Racism.
Right.
Pretty much.
The hell.
Well, let's get into that Yellow Power Ranger track. We'll bring that one back. And this is streaming everywhere?
Yes.
Saleena Ranay, Yellow Power Ranger, streaming everywhere.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Wanna pop, pop, pop on the top, make it rock. About to make it stop for the cops. This shit right here, nigga, got me jumping like Tigger. Ain't accustomed to feeling, hey, yo, I'm loaded this ceiling. Oh, God. Eyes so low, make it have a look exotic. Walk up in the club and buy a bitch a gin and tonic. Move slow, but I'm hearing supersonic in that bait so hard that yo just pass a bitch the chronic, cause I'm floating higher than a kite, right? I got the munchies, if you looking good, I might bite. Nigga, I want that blueberry, kush, 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 yo, that's yummy in my tongue, and my face so numb, I can't give your lips a kiss. Am I horny? Do I got the piss? I see a couple of niggas, they standing up on the walls, so pass the half of the doobie and watch these niggas and all, she bout to drop.
That motherfucking ass. Drop that ass, drop that motherfucking ass. Drop that ass, drop that motherfucking ass. Drop that ass, drop that motherfucking ass.
Where the ganja? 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 Smoking so much reefer, think I'm yellow powder ganja. I'm smoking dope, I'm chief of reef. She bust it open, we gon' hear that kitty queef. Meow. I'm out the body looking down on me. Blowing O's, nigga, sipping on his Hennessy. Eyes so low, now a chick can't see. Smoke me up, bitch, I want that shit for free. Before we fuck, gotta go downstairs and pee. But that dick so hard that you just pass a bitch the treat. Cause I'm floating higher than a spaceship. You want this pussy, I know you ain't got to say shit. Hey, I want die, great, gimme. Sprinkle that kush on a chick like Jimmy. And my mouth so dry, so I have a taste of dessert. I know I'm sweet, you can eat me out for dessert. Eat it till our lips hurt, nigga, I'm a pervert. Why you playing, keep licking, I roll the swisher like. Where the ganja, 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 where the ganja. Smoking so much reefer, think I'm yellow powder ganja. Drop that ass, drop that motherfucking ass. Drop that ass, drop that motherfucking ass. Drop that ass, drop that motherfucking ass.
I was just about to ask you. Yeah. Might as well do it now.
I didn't even wait. You just got
Said 10 years ago.
10 years ago.
That was Yellow Power Ranger by Saleena Ranay, streaming on all streaming services.
All
platforms.
streaming services.
Make sure y'all go ahead and stream that. Now you said you made that around the same time. Was that on the same project?
Yep. Very
Okay.
same one.
Very dope. So what was the reaction like whenever you released the project? Did you get the reaction you were looking for, or that you felt that you deserved for it?
I don't think I was really looking for a reaction.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, I wanted people to pay attention to it, and I wanted people to be like, yo, this is fucking hard, you know, but I wasn't expecting.
You didn't have a plan for it.
Yeah. You know, I wanted to be creative and make a whole entire thing and get, you know, photo shoot and do the things and stuff like that. I wasn't concerned about branding and
Trying to take off with it per se.
right.
Yeah.
Right. It was really fun to do. And I wasn't worried about a residual
Right.
or, you know, anything coming back towards
No
it.
monetary gain from
Right.
it. Right.
No monetary, yeah.
Yeah. No, I feel that. Did you always have that approach to music? Has it always been that way for you?
Um
Because I know a lot of artists, I'm not going to say a lot of artists. I'll speak for myself personally. I found like whenever I tried to approach music from that standpoint, like trying to monetize and worrying about making it, it became less fun, and I lost some of the passion in it when that became more important than the art itself and it being fun.
Right.
And I had to compromise with myself and recognize that it was more important to have fun and love it as opposed to making it.
Right. Well,
Did you go on that journey yourself where you stopped doing it so much for the fun and tried to be?
I stopped. I stopped doing it because um, I have a problem with alcohol, and I would find myself in really strange situations or compromising situations,
That's
and
that's a hell of a thing to be aware of, and even it's a hell of a thing to be aware of, and it's an even more of a hell of a thing to admit um, to recognize that you have the problem. Did you ever try to like
yes,
get a hold of it?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Um, I was sober for 2 years, um, and then um, a lot of stuff happened,
Yeah.
and then I lost that sobriety. But it's not. I don't. I believe in harm reduction mostly.
Yeah.
So if you're gonna do things, you need to know. You need to have things in place, um, so that you don't go over that point.
Mm.
Um,
Like knowing your limits, or create, or not knowing, but creating limits for yourself.
creating a limit. But
When did you come to the realization that you had a problem with alcohol? Because I'd imagine alcohol more so than I don't want to I don't want to discredit anything or underrate, but I'd imagine with alcohol being more socially acceptable. Let me start with that. I imagine with alcohol being more socially acceptable, especially being younger. You went to college. Slippery Rock's known to be a party school. So
that's what.
alcohol is very much ingrained in the culture. And I say all that to say this: it had to be hard to recognize that you had a problem with the consumption of alcohol because it was probably done with such regularity around you and accepted so well. And I'd imagine in groups you were in. When did you, or how did you come to realize, like, damn, this isn't like this isn't just me having fun on the weekends type shit?
Um, I was actually an adult. Like I had moved uh, into a home with my fiance now, boyfriend then, and I was just too tore one day, and um, bad stuff happened, and I had the hospital was involved, so uh, I realized that that's an issue.
That was your first realization?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, because before it was just, yeah.
Without
I'd be drunk.
consequence?
I'd be drunk. Yeah,
Yeah.
I wouldn't.
Or
Actually,
any
I did.
serious consequences?
I got a underage in college.
Right.
But after that, it wasn't. It was a problem for a specific period of time. Um, and I'm not saying it's not. It's something that I have to deal with every single day.
Sure.
Anyone that has a problem has
Yeah.
to deal with it every single day.
Yeah.
Um, but I went to rehab. I was sober for 2 years, and that during that 2 years, I didn't involve myself with music. I didn't. I was focused on working in recovery, helping other people, um, and then something shifted because I worked super duper hard at that job, and got pregnant, and then I hit a glass ceiling, and and the rest of the year was horrible. So that to be said, um, that's why I think that it's important to laugh and enjoy and be happy,
Yeah.
um, and not dwell on negative things
Yeah.
that you really can't control. It's out of your control. You know what I mean?
No, for sure. No, I think it's powerful that, and the reason I ask you about that is not just to ask you about that, but hopefully someone that may be watching or maybe going down the same path themselves can recognize it. Like I said, it takes a lot of strength, and it takes a hell of a person to be able to recognize they have a problem, and not only recognize that they have a problem, but speak on it. So that is a big part of fixing it, is because if you don't acknowledge that you have a problem, then how can you ever do anything about said problem? So that's why I ask you about it, and even the realization that you had a problem, because some people go through it and they're trying to figure it out. Like I had a friend of mine who was questioning if he had a problem with alcohol, and he didn't know how to determine it for himself. And so, I asked you that to say, like, what was your aha moment,
Well,
or what I mean? That's the only reason I inquire about that. But.
well, I mean, it I guess I had a lot more instances in college.
But it was probably tougher to recognize because that's college.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, but there was some very sketchy moments
Right.
that I acted completely out of character, and that's not, I'm not that
Person,
person.
yeah.
And so those consequences led me to go to the military.
Oh, really?
Yeah, which um, didn't work out because I'm deaf in my right ear. Um, but I went to boot camp, and got screamed on, and every all that other stuff, and sleep deprived. Um, but that whole entire story is a part of who I am as a person. Um, I think that in certain things that I write, I hint to those things, but I'm not gonna sit and dwell, because I want people to have a good time.
Right.
I don't want them to think about their sadness
Yeah.
or the things that they got to deal with. You know what I mean?
For sure. I'll give you the flip side of that. Not that I disagree with you. So let me preface that with this. Sometimes in that though, you may even help people whenever you speak on those things, and it sometimes people want to be sad, and sometimes it's therapeutic to be sad, right? Sometimes it's therapeutic to sit through things and sit in pain and take a look at yourself. And sometimes music can help you, if you have someone to relate to say, damn, this artist that I love is a lot like me, and they're getting through it, and they're telling me about their pain. So not to say that you have to make that type of music, but maybe you should consider digging into that more. It might touch some people in ways that you don't even expect.
I like to have fun.
No, I'm not saying, yeah, no, I absolutely do that. But like I said, I had to play devil's advocate.
No,
for
I'm
sure.
just I hear you. And it's not the first time I've heard that.
Yeah.
Um, by the way, I feel like I'm nervous or something.
Are you
I feel
nervous?
like I'm like shaky or something.
That's okay. Let's get back into the music. We're talking about having fun. Let's get into that belly work. I like that one.
Yeah.
How'd that come about?
Oh, belly work.
Yeah.
So, Samaj sent me a song called Belly Twerk. And I was thinking about it, and I'm like, well, you're talking about like women twerking their bellies and everything. And my fiance has put on some weight lately, and I wanted to show my appreciation for a larger man.
Oh, nice. I like that. Yeah, so that's
That's literally it.
that's funny as hell. How did he feel about it when he first heard the song?
Who, my fiance?
Yeah,
I don't know if he knew about him.
he knows now. He knows now. All right, this is
I love you, babe.
This is Belly Work by
I love
Saleena
you.
Ranay. That's good. Uh-oh. Every now and then. I can't get it through the thing.
What's wrong?
Every now and then. It'll work though. Might need a new one. Sometimes when shooting live, you have live situations happen.
Yeah. Let me tell y'all something, okay? Just because we had an emotional moment does not mean that does not take away that I am a boss.
Is that why you don't like to speak on emotions? Do you feel that makes you weaker?
No, I just no.
You don't have to clarify that. I think it shows more strength to be vulnerable and emotional.
I want to be honest at this point. Like, we're getting older. Like, I'm no spring chicken.
Yeah.
So why I'm not gonna sit around and lie.
Why lie?
Who am I lying to?
I can't believe this ain't working. We got to get to belly work on.
But no.
No, I don't think it's anything wrong with that. Like I said, the fact that you could be honest about it says a lot for you. We ain't gonna get it. Uh-oh. Well, make sure y'all stream that belly work, because we're not gonna be able to play it right now.
Oh wow.
That's unfortunate, ain't it? We'll keep working on it, but we'll keep talking until then.
Okay.
When did you make belly work? When did you record that track?
That was back in like February.
That was rather recent then.
Yeah.
Yeah. Was that the first time you linked up with Samaj in a while?
No. Blah blah.
Blah blah before that. There we go. Oh, we got it now.
Oh, there. Oh, yeah, it goes.
Saleena Ranay belly work. We got that working for y'all.
You got that
Tune in.
Reggae got the magic.
Reggae got that magic, nigga. Ha, ha, ha. Saleena Ranay.
Belly, 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 belly. Belly, 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 belly. Belly, 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 belly. Belly, 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 belly.
Let me see that belly work. If he ain't working up a sweat, that make my feelings hurt. Baby, I said work, so I ain't gotta twerk. A degree be for me, but if he handy, I wanna squirt. Whoa, that don't mean I am. But if he got it, then shake it fast as he can. Baby, that's a man. Cause if he really eat, then put me on a platter like wheat. Bon appetit. That mean a woman feel like a man with some firmness. It's just real major to understand where the girth is. Pretty boys be nothing but the surface. Like football players who don't know what fucking turf is. Yes, I mean the pussy. My God, the more you get it gushy, the more you pushy. Put pushy, it's the cushion that I be waiting for. And if your body ain't my pillow, then show your big belly to the door.
Belly, 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 belly. Belly, 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 belly.
Nigga, I need that thick. Don't need a body pillow to sit on top of the dick. I might just trick. Psych, nah. But baby, we can get to shopping and buy a couple of bras. Ooh, belly, belly, you belly, belly. It's been dry on my line. Put jelly all in my celly like.
Belly, 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 belly. Belly, 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 belly. Belly, 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 belly. Belly, 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 belly.
Eat it up like you ain't got a witness. Light work, we don't do any fitness. Yeah, might need kisses, handling your business. You got a baby mama, boy, booty is double battered. I ain't with the chatter. I wanna see you go. Show me what it do with that belly roll. I know that you want to poke it out. I just wanna see what it's about. Treat me like a dozen Krispy Kreme. I put the box to your face and lick it up extra clean, nigga. Belly, 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 belly. Belly, 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 belly. Belly, 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 belly.
Was that part of your preparation? That's how you prep for the podcast? Listen to, we might as well get into the other song while we can. Hold on now. Just in case. We're going to get into Blah Blah by Saleena Ranay. How did this come about? This was Samaj again. You said this is the...
Yeah, this was right when I decided I was going to start rapping, like, again. Like, I just left my recovery center job. And I, Missy Elliott's like my person.
Yeah, why
and I
not?
heard this beat, and I was like, I gotta do something.
So Blah Blah came about like that?
It was ripped off of YouTube.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is Blah Blah by Saleena Ranay.
Ta ta ta.
Oh, yeah.
Nigga, listen. Yo. Blah, 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 blah. 2 words, nigga, spit it. Them bars get me off. Naughty girl, get acquitted. Throw back, spark it off. Never finish, leave you spinning for some minutes. Bitch, I'm litty, he ain't pulling out. Yes, sir, put a bun in my oven. Brewing this bitch, head witch of the coven. Rapping this shit, I be sending your money. All you hoes cross eyes, looking all funny. You can't gaslight me, I don't come with no pilot. Hair fucked up, got no bread for no stylist. What's your mileage? You sound like a lemon. I be pushing your buttons to keep winning, just like it's Tekken Little Peckish. Craving something bigger than a snack. I got 2 for 1 if you could take a 2-pack. Line up these ducks, I subtract like quack quack. Cut your bitches slipping like a loose glued track. Tighten up, better come correct. I'm the truth. Nonchalant with the pen, the savant in the booth. Baseline, nigga, why your drums got no kick? Why your flow got no sick? Why your balls got no dick? Pussy. Yo, it's been a long time, bitch. Such a long time.
That whole entire, actually, that was completely engineered by Samaj.
That's dope.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love Missy. She's my favorite female MC.
Yeah.
Super talented. She could do everything too, like make beats, sing, rap, everything. So I definitely got an appreciation for her in that. And we talk about like animated MC. She certainly was super animated.
Yeah.
Almost like a female Busta Rhymes in a way. I never thought about it like that until just now, but
Yes.
kind of along the same vibe.
Yes.
But for sure. So what was it like when you got back with Samaj? Was he receptive to working again?
Yes. Yeah.
You had to think hard about that. Was you wasn't sure about that?
Blah blah.
No. I mean, just in general.
Yeah.
Whenever you said you want to do music again.
Oh
and-
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Of course. He was super. Yeah. He was like, yeah, come through. Obviously, you know, the fees and stuff apply.
Right.
But, you know, it was cool.
Yeah.
Everything's cool. Everything's different. A lot different than it used to be.
Yeah.
You know, we're older, beat up children and
Yeah.
and stuff. But so it was harder to, you know, coordinate time.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. But yeah, no, he was definitely supportive.
Yeah. Did it feel the same as when you guys first started doing music? Like, did it have the same feeling to it? Like you never stopped?
When we, yes, when we did blah blah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Felt very familiar.
Yes.
Yeah. That's dope. That's dope. Now I know you dropped a couple singles. You said you just dropped some singles on SoundCloud as well.
Yeah.
Are you planning to drop a project, or you just
Yeah.
going to keep dropping singles?
Yeah. So
What can we look forward to?
everything. So I'm just gonna keep dropping music,
Yeah.
and then out of the, you know, out of those songs that I like the most,
Mhm.
um, or that I get feedback from, that will be an EP. I'm thinking like six songs,
Okay.
maybe seven. I'm not sure. The price is, and doing a whole thing, doing the whole thing. I wanna have a release party and everything for it.
Yeah.
Um, I had I have a lot of ideas and plans for the future. Um, so that's
Definitely be on the lookout. How can the people follow you on social media, streaming platforms? What's the best way to get a hold of you for features or want to send you beats? How do they do that?
Saleena Ranay Gorman on Facebook. You can at Yella Jella. It's Yella Jella on Instagram, and at Saleena Renee on TikTok.
That's what's up.
Or you can email me at Saleena Renee
Email those
at
beats producers.
gmail.com.
Send them beats through.
Yeah, send me some beats. I'm gonna kill it.
For sure. No, it's been a lot of fun having you on. I'm so glad that you were able to make time for me and the world's dopest podcast, the Marley State of Mind podcast, down here at a Bunch of Bull Studios. It was good catching up for sure. I haven't seen you in a long time. Seeing you at the compliment battle,
Yeah.
that was cool. And as soon as I talked to you about doing the podcast, you were open and ready.
Yeah.
And I appreciate you for that. We did give you a little drive today, but
Yeah, now I gotta drive back in the dark.
oh man.
Dang.
But no, I certainly appreciate you, and it was a lot of fun. Thanks for telling us your story, and we're looking forward to everything you got coming up.
Thank you.
For sure.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
I appreciate you, Marley.
Yeah.
He's dope. Watch his podcast. He's the best. He's the best out here.
Yeah.
Get with him.
That's true. World's dopest. No, for sure. No, I thank you so much for that and them kind words. But until next Saturday, we'll see y'all. We'll have another dope guest for you here at a Bunch of Bull Studios, the world's dopest podcast, Marley State of Mind podcast. But until then, peace.